I'll be the queen, so I'll take your hand and understand till dreams come true. Baby, baby, what else can I do? Baby, baby, what else can I do?
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Drunk Context.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Welcome back, guys.
Episode 2.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, my
How
brother.
you doing, man?
I'm chilling. How are you?
Doing well.
Yeah, maintaining this crazy world.
Oh, that's what I know. It's the only way I know how to be.
Hope everyone's good.
Hopefully everybody is good. Hopefully that everybody's just coping by.
Yeah, hope family's good. Hope everyone's getting wealthy. Hope family's healthy.
You had to make that right?
Yeah. We appreciate you guys for watching. We appreciate you guys for supporting us. We we just love doing this. We just,
We're trying to grow.
Yeah.
We're trying to grow. But mainly, again, we're just all about just kind of vibing, talking about our current events, and while having a drink.
Yep. Once again, I'm Matt.
I'm Drew.
And this is
Drunk Context.
Drunk Context.
Alright, so I guess we're going to be opening this episode on a somber note.
Yeah, it's very, very, very somber note, unfortunately.
So recently we had a very young rapper by the name of Rakim Allen, aka PNB.
Yep.
Yeah, his life was unfortunately taken last week by a shooting. Yes,
Robbery, shooting,
and the circumstances that has come from that has been very jarring. It's because it kind of relates obviously to the culture.
Yes, and it happens way too frequently. It's obviously not a first time occurrence, especially in the manner of which it happened when his partner posted Insta video of them at
their story.
Yeah.
So imagine you just trying to enjoy your day at a chicken and waffles. You just in line, you enjoy your food. Your shorties, just they're posting food and their drinks and whatever. And then out of nowhere, some fucking thug that wants to come out. They hungry in life. Because
it's unfortunate.
As they say in the 4 agreements, you don't take anything personally because everybody's doing their shit for their whatever personal reasons. You can't really blame them. That's an kind of off topic thought, but it's the whole idea on how you can present yourself somewhere. You're giving yourself away, and potentially, end your life. So this poor girl, his girl now, has been getting a lot of backlash because they're saying it's her fault. She's gone out there and wants to, just have a good time. But they like, in this day and age, you're a rapper, we know what it's about. We had a lot of rappers die in pretty similar conditions.
Yeah, a lot of people are just surprised she did it just because of how many times it happened before. People think she should be more aware and she shouldn't have posted that.
Yeah, Pop Smoke.
People make mistakes. So, she could have not been thinking about it in the moment. She could have just been happy in the moment and just automatically just posted it without actually thinking twice about it.
I don't
really know what she was feeling in the moment.
Like I try to be aware now. I've been seeing this happen a lot more. I've lately gone into my settings and for my Instagram, took off GPS locations because it don't make no sense. I don't got bread. We're clearly not like rich rappers or anything like
to
that.
me, like, where do you don't have to take off your location unless someone's looking for you, or unless you're
I'm pretty sure he didn't think anybody was looking for him.
He knew people. He had no beef. He's a person of status. So first of all, how do you know you don't have no beef? You don't know that. He's a person of status. and you don't want to put your information out there just because you know anybody will look for opportunity. Us, we're not people of status, so us not putting our thing is not going to make a difference. But for him, as long as you get to a certain tax bracket, period, or you have a certain amount of money, then you can expose certain things.
That makes sense. I mean, if you walk around with that kind of level of jewelry, for starters, I mean, we as kids, you know, like especially with West Indian backgrounds, we love wearing gold chains.
Well, yeah, we saw the old school reggae artists like Shaba and those guys always wearing the gold, and that's what we grew up around. We saw all them island dudes. That's what they like to wear, the jewelry. That's what we grew up around. So,
right.
A lot of the kids, they saw the same thing. They grew up around the same thing. They saw the whole jewelry influence. So that's why a lot of those guys like to wear those.
But even then, we knew either you were walking strapped or protected, or anytime you put on that kind of weight, you always think to yourself.
No, I mean, yeah, back in the day it was different too, especially when those guys wore those things. They knew what came with it. They didn't wear it not knowing what to expect when it comes to. And I'm sure he was aware too. He had to have been aware.
Mm.
He knew that people would take any opportunity they can if they saw him in a certain setting, which obviously just happened. But
yeah,
it's unfortunate. It's sad. And no one should really be blamed. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I don't really know. I can't speak on it because I don't know her intention. I don't know the girl. I don't know if it was innocent. I don't know if it was not. So I can't really speak on
everyone's
her
everyone's
take
gonna
on
have an
it. You
opinion
know what I mean? Like how she was feeling, whatever the case may be.
Imagine that's your brother. Imagine. That's more closer.
If that's my brother, I would know more about the situation, but I don't know about the situation.
But you gotta understand that people always look for someone to blame in times of grief.
No, I get it.
Or anger.
I get it. It's easy to point to someone, to finger at someone, and someone that was there. Of course, it's easier to just point.
Because they're literally gonna be like,
you don't know, you wasn't there.
That was it. But there could have been people that's like I said. I heard someone mention that because he was driving some crazy ass car, in a really bad neighborhood, just to add to that. So I mean, he's probably trying to be like, I rep the streets, I'm from that, but at the same time, you gotta kind of run yourself protected, or at least you should have people.
That's why most of the wealthiest people
have security.
Not even have security, dude. They don't wear fancy clothes. They don't wear a lot of jewelry. They don't go out with once in a while they go out with a posh car on the weekend with their wives or whatever the case may be. But on a regular day, that is not what they do. They don't dress all crazy. They don't care about that stuff. The people with real wealth don't care about that.
Right.
And when you put yourself in a position of driving the craziest cars and wearing the most expensive stuff, then you just kind of put a target in your back in a way, because not everybody in the world has that. So you're gonna have more of a target than the average person.
No, I understand that. But like I said, I think I would know, because even if I could have won the lotto, even if I'm not a known person, once you get in that tax bracket, like I said, you should know. He should have a detail with him if you're walking around with weight like that. That's like.
So you're saying he should have the most security?
Yeah, because look, he was on a video. There was one on a video where there's a dude, this influencer, was pointing out all his jewelry. All his how much is that? That's 18 bands, damn. That's 20 bands, damn. If you're walking around with someone's salary on a piece of fucking jewelry, that there are Brinks trucks who protect for less.
It's true.
So you want to walk around with all of that? It don't make us. You gotta understand.
But for them, it's a status thing also. It's not just.
Yeah, absolutely. You can be.
And there's things that come with that part, with being a status. Just like you said, the guys back in the day who wore the jewelry and stuff had to carry guns because they knew that there are things that come with having that status,
right? Of
being the guy with the jewelry or whatnot.
Sure. Sure. If I know if I got a watch that's just kind of blinging out, that's why we always used to be if we go to a party, all right, how we get to that party. If I'm wearing rock, I'm not taking those. I'm not going on those subway. I'm not in public. My shit has got to be direct to and from. There's got to be little in between, and I got to be around people that's in the same kind of level. Wedding, things like that.
Yeah.
But the fuck you going to chicken and waffles, walking ice?
To them, that's his everyday though. He wear that stuff all the
Man, that's where I say like you.
They go to the mall. They wear that stuff. It don't matter, dude. If they're going to.
And that's the influencer where I feel like the influencer lifestyle kind of takes in on that, and it's like, and messing with these younger people, and they don't. They're getting disillusioned from the reality of what the world is.
Oh, I get it.
And I feel like, I'm like, and they should know better. He grew up in Philly. That's where he's born and raised. In the playground where he spent most of his days. And I'm not gonna go into that further.
Yeah, but it's just sad, and our condolences go out to him and his family. It's a really depressing situation, and he didn't have to lose his life, not over no jewelry.
It's a culture, man. It's funny because we having all this. We having these marches. We doing all this stuff. We trying to say we all for ourselves, and yet we still are in a dog eat dog barrel, like crabs in a barrel kind of mentality.
Yeah. I mean, think about the Kim Kardashian and Ray J situation. I mean, it's all about money.
Oh, that's money. That's just that poor man.
About money.
That poor man just got himself exposed on some shit. I mean, he was exposed.
He's the one doing all exposing. Yeah, about the Kardashian lifestyle.
So my man's just is like. So apparently, this woman Chris pretty much arranged all of this stuff. One, you're a mother. Like, that's something like, I sold my soul to the devil kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sacrificing my daughter for money. Like, I'm going to put you on some shit like that. I get it, because at the end of the day.
Because they used that video, right? That video of Ray J and her doing the thing that everyone spoke about for years. Even up to now, everyone still speak about it.
I still look back at that every now and again.
They used that video in the beginning episodes of their show and stuff as they were the victim. And she was the victim of this whole thing. You know what I mean? They played this whole thing like they were the victim. Like, he leaked this video of us having sex and blah, blah, blah. They made themselves look like they were the victim, bro.
And in reality,
they were setting this shit up in the background the whole time. Literally signed contracts together. Like, it's insane.
That's the fuckery. I mean, but are we surprised?
No.
Are we surprised at Kris Jenner? Is Kris Jenner whoring out her daughters? I mean, it's only gotten worse for those kids, and they're sitting on billions, and honestly, they love taking advantage of black people, and they ride in these circles and shit like that. They're like culture vultures. They are literal culture vultures for black artists. It's crazy, they've done it to basketball players. They do it like to and they shit on them, and the only one I think who's actually come on top with them was Tristan Thompson.
And he's still not what he used to be.
No. Yeah. But there was a whole dude, that other like guy who Kim played. She dated him and then like left him. It was some Chris something. Oh my god, that's how he was like one of them like those. I can't even remember.
Well, I know she was dating that one dude from Saturday Night Live. What was his name? From Staten Island.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah. Did they just break up?
Yeah, I think he broke up with her.
Oh,
I think it was actually the other way around.
He was a smart man.
Yeah, no, he knew what he was doing with that. He just wanted, he found a lot of opportunity here to quit it. It elevated his career because he got it. Man, I can say I got into beef with Kanye, a legit beef. I mean, it's not one of the. You mean it's a notorious or infamous way to get famous, but or
he was already famous. That didn't make him that much more famous.
It definitely elevated him.
That much more,
because he's not. Okay, unpopular opinion. I don't think he's that funny. Yeah. I don't think he's that funny. I watched King of Staten Island. I'm sorry if you're watching this, man. I both rep New York, but no.
He said, but no.
He just reminded me of that other dude, Jimmy Fallon. Like he's just like weirdly smiling.
Jimmy Fallon's more funny to me. I think Jimmy Fallon's more funny to me.
Yeah. I mean, but they both kind of were the same thing. They break in and they break it in their acts, but whatever. But
For him, isn't he like the awkward thing? Is that what he does?
I don't even know. Like I see him like on stand up, and it's just like kind of like talking to life. I know he brings up his father, who's a fireman, who died in 9/11, and then I lost respect for him when I watched him get roasted, and like all these artists were just stoning his dad. I was like, wow. I said like that's kind of controversial to me. Like you talk about comedians and they use jokes and stuff like that, but I'm like, yeah, they're literally stoning a man who your father, who like gave his life and then just using as throwaway jokes for your behalf for a roast. And I was like, damn. I was like, okay. And I was like, he just kind of took that, like I feel like that would have been like, whoa, all right, that's a bridge too far. I mean, I guess but I guess that's comedians. You got everything got to laugh at something, but where's the line? Where's the respect? And I feel like after that, when if he feels that people don't respect him, how is he gonna respect anybody else? So. And I feel like that's how that whole thing with Kanye went, and he just.
Well, at least he dodged that. Well, I don't know if he dodged the bullet, but at least he left that.
He probably left with some emotional scars out of that relationship, or just that whole ordeal, and then seeing like, oh yeah, you were a straight culture vulture, you were whoring yourself out, you have no soul. He probably seen it. He probably seen what that was about, and now he's coming out like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna step away from this. I'm gonna go off, and yeah.
I don't get it.
But he was all cool with Kanye's kids and shit, and then he's like, yeah, like anybody in those relationships, they like, yeah, I'm not ready to be a stepdad. I'm gonna walk away from this.
Would you want to be the stepdad to Kanye West's kids?
Oh man, I can imagine what this guy's about to tell his daughter, or just the shit, just the, like this.
Imagine Kanye showing up at your crib like. That would be hell.
And then he's weird. That man, I don't think I can have a straight
conversation.
Up
in a hoodie and 90 degrees outside.
Yeah, and then like
tall boots.
And he's gonna try to come in, like he probably gonna try to check me. We're gonna have some like stare down.
Yeah.
Like who? Oh, so I seen you blink. That shows your sign of weakness and shit. I'm like, yo, Kanye man, just pick your kid up, bro. What is this shit? Why we gotta do this? So that's the crazy shit. And like I said, and entertainment is just crazy right now. I mean, and then we also got people losing their minds with Halle Bailey, and this Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got everybody losing their mind, and for me, I don't to me she's beautiful, and that girl's got a voice. I think people haven't really realized how well her singing talent is and why. I feel like that casting really legit came from this girl could sing. Cause I heard people like posting, oh well, Chloe Grace Moretz should have had that role, and or Zendaya and all of that. And I was like, well, Zendaya would have been the same thing.
Everybody's pissed. Listen, everybody from every aisle is pissed. Redheads are pissed. Everyone's pissed, bro. Everyone's pissed. Literally everyone's pissed.
He got the angry gingers.
Everyone's pissed about it because they made her pale, white, and ginger.
And I'm sorry if that's a derogatory word, if that's derogatory for y'all, but I'm sorry, I've always
Which is interesting because, like, to be real with you, if we want to talk about mermaids, there would never be a black mermaid.
Why can't there be a black mermaid?
They live underwater. There's no melanin. They would be pale looking. You know what a mermaid will really look like? A mermaid will look crazy pale looking. They wouldn't look black.
It's a character.
Well, that's my point, though. My point is, it's fantasy, but everyone want to be up and roar about it.
Oh, and like
when there is real shit happening that they should be up and roar about. But yet still, they want to focus on this fantasy shit and act like it's the craziest thing in the world.
Because it's you're fucking with their escape. Like when you start to fuck with someone's escape, like I can't dream of my white Ariel. I can't dream of my white elves. I can't.
But that's it's just I don't even know.
It's like he's like that was like Lord of the Rings is my escape from black people.
Like, you know where they messed up at is like they put her out. The first photos that came out, she was black, and then you switched it. You fucked up there.
What do you mean you switched it? What do you mean?
The unedited ones came out way before the ones that she looks white with the red hair.
Yeah.
That's way newer than the original ones that came out.
Yeah, but to me,
The original ones that came out was just the regular girl with her hair, and they changed it in the end.
I don't remember that.
You never seen the first photo I've ever seen of the Little Mermaid stuff?
Oh, with Halle Bailey.
With Halle Bailey was her, just her, not with the pale red hair.
Oh.
That was the first one. That was months and months ago.
Oh yeah, but
and just recently
she had, like,
they came out.
the braids. She had the half braids, and then like the half straight hair.
And just recently they came out with the white and the red hair.
Oh, I didn't think that really mattered. I mean, I thought it was just her just being a black girl playing a white cartoon character.
No, I get it.
Or
But my point is, they should have never, like, if you were gonna change her, you should have changed her from the beginning.
You mean like making a whole new character, an original character?
No, I mean if you were gonna change her skin color, you should have been changed it. Don't put her out as black and then changed it.
I think she's still black.
You don't understand what I'm trying to say?
No,
I'm
lost.
like the original photo they put out for the Little Mermaid, right?
Yeah.
Was her black.
Okay. Halle Bailey.
Black skinned, right?
Uh huh.
And then months later, they came out with the new photo that everyone's talking about, where she's pale skin and red hair. That's the new photo that just came out that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, well, are you talking about the trailer? But you know, they just came with the trailer.
I know, but it's the new one that just came out. The original photo that's been out for months was not the pale skin with the red hair.
Oh, I still thought she just looked light skinned. She was just a light skinned black girl, but she had the red hair.
I get it.
Yeah.
But she looks extra light skinned compared to the original photo.
Oh, I didn't know.
Which is why a lot of people are mad. Did you not see the original photo?
No, she still looks the same.
The original photo, she does not look.
She
does not look the same, bro.
Like, so you trying to say
people actually show the different photos on the internet. You could see the different photos, the before and after photos.
Oh, I have not seen that. I've seen the trailer. I've been following.
That's why you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
there's two different photos.
Yeah, I am completely lost on that.
Yeah, there's two different photos. The photos that came out originally, that's been out for months.
I know you're gonna put this in the B-roll, so anyway. So,
yeah, I'll show the photo.
Because we got it. I gotta see it. I'm pretty sure you're posting it right now. Because
But anyway,
yeah.
Like if you're gonna make the choice from the beginning. Don't switch it. But even if you were gonna switch it, they made her a little more light skinned. The original photo that I saw originally come out, she just looked black. She just looked like a regular black. She just looked like herself, I should say.
Yeah, she's
not
still
just say black.
She's
just
like
like
fair.
herself.
She's still fair.
But they made her lighter, which is
I think I do know what you. I think I know what you're talking about. But in reality, I thought black, at least in terms of Black Twitter seems just like happy that they got Black Little Mermaid. I don't know if you've seen those reaction videos with those little cute little girls.
I've seen those. People were, yeah.
Yeah. But because the controversy that I've more been hearing is really more of white people just kind of going up in arms and just kind of saying, oh, they're changing all this stuff with they're the Danish. They bring up the Danish history of who she was, and this is a black character doing that. That's what I really kind of see.
Danish.
but the original the Little Mermaid, but to me, I found that the more consistent thing and what people I've been running into online, and the discourse with that is just, oh, what's next? Should we make a Martin Luther biopic starring Ryan Gosling? And
I'm sorry. That's fucking ridiculous. That's hilarious.
So I'm
wow.
And see, that started to be like the things. I was like, shit, I watched that. Fuck.
Oh,
it would be controversial as fuck, but the whole point is that it's actors and thespians, and they can be anyone. This isn't the first time this has happened. We just had a movie, and I didn't hear any fucking uproar about this. With Denzel Washington playing Hamlet. Mm-hmm. I didn't see any.
People pick and choose, bro. People just pick and choose.
Yeah. Where was the backlash for that?
People pick and choose. Well, you also got to figure out too, people are also really mad about a lot of things right now. So when you put their things that they let their kids watch, so they get even more this is my childhood. Blah, 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 blah,
But that's the
blah.
thing. It's
People are
reboots.
scared of change. It's just a scare. It's just
it
a
is.
scared reaction. That's all that it is. It's like a lot of it is harmless, so people are just like scared. They're just like, oh my god, it's changing.
Yeah, and then that leads to the marches of "You will not replace us" and all this shit. Like it feels like that's where a lot of the anger is, and I personally, because I've seen it. Because look, let's be real. Okay, I could say with Jesus. I mean, everyone, like, I've read in the Bible that Jesus as a black man. But all the presentations is Jesus as a white man.
Well, that's just because
looking like
PR.
fucking Bucky Barnes
That's
and shit.
because of PR, bro. If you look at the history of the photo of white Jesus, it's all PR. It's been put out there as if it was Jesus, but it's not Jesus. The white Jesus that we all saw in every black house that we used to go through when we were younger.
Yeah,
Did you see the white Jesus up in the corner? Yeah,
I've seen pictures of Obi-Wan Kenobi as Jesus.
Original PR, bro. That was all original, like, you know.
But then
manipulation of the
But
masses.
then at the same time, like, we had movies. Like, I grew up with movies. Like, look at the now let's talk. If we're in Hollywood now, that's in the Bible and whatever, a depiction of that. But you got movies like Cleopatra. A bunch of like from the 50s. I mean, I'm damn sure Cleopatra didn't look like fucking Liz Taylor.
No, I mean that
you
was a lot of shit. Yeah.
You know, but you guys watch those movies as masterpieces, classics of Hollywood. No one better than I back then. But today, that's where you gotta kind of see the root.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are a ton of Egyptian movies where like they're not.
There's one
Egyptian.
recently, bro. Jamie,
Obviously,
there was a movie. I think Gods and Men. They put of Egyptians, and I think Jamie Lannister was like a god, and there was like some other white dude as I think it was Christian Bale was in it. Was it Christian Bale and Moses or some shit too? Like there was like all these like movies that. You know,
that's what happens. That's what they do. They whitewash the movies.
But they don't say anything. But now, like, you see Little Mermaid, and it's so jarring, and it's like 2 million dislikes on YouTube. If we got 2 million dislikes right now, we are obliterated. I'm pretty sure that will all. Honestly, then again, no, that would actually kind of be cool.
Yeah.
Because that's publicity. I take that. If you got a problem with us, hit that dislike button. I want to get us 2 million dislikes. I take that. I'd be the villain of your story.
Though.
I will be the villain of your story. But,
yeah.
but God, it's just like, you know. But it's like come on, like it's like if they made Luke Skywalker black, holy shit! Imagine that. If
people, like I said, people pick and choose what they want to be mad at.
Mm-hmm.
For example, right? I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Brett Favre.
Yep.
One of the greatest quarterbacks known in the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been promoted as that. Dude, freaking, didn't he do a jeans commercial or some shit?
Oh, the Wrangler.
Yeah, the Wrangler jeans commercial.
Got some Wranglers on right
you
now.
know, like he just always had that prominent, you know, figure.
Yeah.
In the NFL world. T.O.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Always everyone talks about his controversy, everyone talks about this and that and that.
Oh, yeah.
But no one ever talks about the shit that Brett Favre himself has done in the background.
He's done a lot of shitty shit.
And no one talks about it. When it comes to women.
Yeah. That alone. I mean, women in the NFL, like in their stories, we already know that they let that shit slide. There's like, oh, these are gladiator men and women. So, like the women part, we know how the NFL.
It's just
we know how the NFL feels about
and especially with the recent story where he's pretty much stealing from the poor.
Oh, the welfare.
Yes.
Dude, and not just the poor, but from the poorest state
in Mississippi, which is like
Mississippi, bro. And it's like millions. Like, is it 50 million?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like this dude, oh my, I think so. I think in total, and then they said there's interest that was implied to that too.
Mm-hmm.
So he had it's like 77 fucking million. I think it's like 15 or 20% interest.
The man who's made millions off of the NFL, the man who's capitalized,
I never
who's
really
able to do. He's pretty much going to do great the rest of his life just because of his name. Is stealing from people like It's just absolutely it for volleyball. Like I'm just
Volleyball and that location. They actually already built the place too, so they already got away with it. And then they're you know how they're gonna kind of play it off, but ultimately I don't really see I don't see this kind of I think there's gonna be a lot of behind the scenes in the
well,
room.
the feds are looking into it.
Yeah, the feds are gonna look into it, but there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna happen behind closed doors that we won't know on how to preserve this man's whiteness, oh slash greatness.
Yo, the
And
dude literally had messages talking about, is there any way the media gonna find out about this?
oh, and then when they got
If
the
you
bread,
need the
Santa
money,
Claus is
like-
coming to town.
Like what?
Yeah, yes, you know, dude, he's so stupid. Oh my god! But then again, can you call someone stupid that infringe? You know, they're gonna make a movie about this.
Talk about privilege, bro.
Yeah, dude. And you can get away with a lot in America as long as you line the right pockets. And no, so I'm telling you, he's gonna find a way to backdoor this shit. And still kind of keep his name. He's not. I don't think if he's gonna see jail time. No,
He should.
no way.
He
He should absolutely.
Yeah.
He
Him
should.
and a bunch of people should
A lot of oh, dude. But it's greased through like too many people of high positions.
But you know who's gonna go to jail? The unknown people, the people who we don't even know, unnamed, the people that not really in the.
Oh, someone's gonna go down for
Oh,
it.
they're gonna
There's
be
patsies and
Yeah.
all these things.
Probably the person he was texting will probably go to jail, and he probably won't. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna sign someone's memorabilia. Yeah, we have power in your name. I mean, trust me. I bet you a few autographs, things like that. You know that they'll work behind the scenes for him to.
So do you think this would mess up his career? Like, do you think this would tarnish his whole career?
Bro.
Do you think that's gonna affect it at all?
Bro, we're gonna see him show up in a Hall of Fame celebration. No, we're gonna see him show up in like just a celebration.
Oh, with his gold jacket.
Yeah, just be like endless laughing, playing it off. Oh yeah, don't you got a court date next?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I got a court date next week. I don't even have to show up. My lawyer just goes there. They're trust me, they will never bring it up. They just can keep it purely on the game. Even in the game, even his legacy is kind of interesting. He's a gunslinger, but I mean, like I said, the controversy he's done on and off the field is crazy.
It's just sad, man.
It is sad, but
Especially because
fuck that guy.
there are people who've done way less that they focus on, and they don't even want to get into the NFL. Like, T.O. didn't do anything that crazy. Yes, he had, he was outspoken and he was eccentric, but he didn't do anything crazy like that. Like,
No.
but he gets criticism. You know what I mean? And guys who are doing things that Brett Favre is doing get no criticism almost.
Mm-hmm.
They get protected by the media guys. They don't say anything about him. Like, it's insane.
It's just one word answer. Racism. It exists. It's a thing, and as long as people will gladly dogpile on a black person for doing something of that, if it's something that seems financial or that people, because honestly, I think here's the generalization of why I feel like people don't really get on like financial stuff or things like that on a white guy, because it's so many legal loopholes and stuff like that that they don't really understand. There is the bottom line of it that millions was stolen, but then it's like, but how was it stolen? Did he directly take it? Was it in?
Well, they know how to play the game.
Yeah,
They know how to play the game. That's the thing.
So when you can, so as long as there is a hint of doubt or any kind of a hinder to his way of being directly involved, was he, or that you can question it, then that creates a certain limiter about how much you can accuse this man of something, how much you can make an assumption. It's the same thing that goes on with these cases with all these women, whether it's a rape case or molestation, or just an assault, via like talking to someone.
Mm-hmm.
They, as long as there's a level of way of how they can kind of just discredit, kind of pushing it back, you can find your way back. They'll find their legal team and publicity. They know it's gonna sit
There
in
are
a
always
form,
loopholes, man.
and people have short
And
term
it comes back to money and education. That's why a lot of people in the court system, there are a ton of people who go to jail for kids that's not theirs because they're not required to do a DNA test before sending these guys to jail.
Really? You're not required to do a DNA test?
They're not required to do a DNA test. If the girl said the kid is yours,
Mm-hmm.
They're not required to do a DNA test. If, for example, if you don't pay child support and they send you to jail for not doing that, because your
That's
name wasn't in it,
wild.
you don't have, because you've been denying the child. They don't have to get a DNA test.
Oh hell
All they
no.
need to do is get the word. It's insane.
That's no.
And there are plenty of people in jail for shit like that.
I will. You know, I could not. I could not. I just.
But
I would
people
have to
in
find
jail
out.
for shit like that is people who don't have money and people who aren't educated. People who are educated and have money will not go to jail for a child that's not theirs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they'll have the resources to get through the loopholes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's all a game. The more money you have, the easier it is for you to get out of certain situations.
Yep.
That's why a lot of the big CEOs and stuff never go to jail. They never spend prison time, even though they steal millions of dollars from people.
That's why I always tell people: read your laws, read your constitutions, know your rights.
Educate yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Big
extremely important.
It's 2022. It's everything is pretty much like in your hands. If you find to me doing research, if you don't have to just kind of sit and just be beholden to what your situation you're given. Like there's always an answer, even if, like I said, that like it's the greatest age. It's the greatest age to live in, to kind of bail yourself out. You can pull that information. You can go to a library. I mean, that's the simplest thing, but
There's
it's all on your phone. It's on your phone. Like if I will, if I run into any form of legal trouble, I will be sitting. I guarantee the next day I'm going to be sitting on my phone, spending hours and hours and hours learning what.
And not just YouTube either, and not just Google. You gotta do your research, man. Go out there, read books, research. Because a lot of these articles or snippets you see from Facebook and YouTube are not legit. You have to do your own specific research.
Yeah, but still kind of research. I mean, you can still go to like official websites or what.
No, of course you can go to websites, but I'm just saying, just don't take.
Article.
From,
like public articles.
People.
Yeah.
For example, you go on Facebook a lot of times, people get things on their feed without actually going away from the feed and finding out if this.
Finding points of reference.
You know, I want people doing it a lot. They recycle things and reuse it for a different story and things like that, and you're thinking you're reading the real story, which is not.
No,
you know you need to
take it as
your
opinion
research.
pieces. That's opinion pieces. Just like everything that we say is our opinion.
Yeah, it's just our opinion.
Not our facts.
No, it's not.
Will there be facts in there? Yes, it's very basic facts that you can look up on any topic that we talk about. But at the end of the day, if you want to know more or get more details on it, but at the end of the day, this is just an opinion. People take opinion pieces as sole facts, and that's all they need, and that's all they take from it. Here's the thing.
They're also fake facts, though.
Yeah, but here's the most importantly. No, of course. But I mean, but people take fake facts because it fits the narrative or the goals, or that's along their lines of what they support. If as long as you can bend the fact to look like it's to support your argument, why wouldn't you? Like most people do that all the time. It's just like white lies just to kind of get people to be on their sides. You know, it's a propaganda tool. We've been doing that since like fucking 1900s. No one would like print. 1900s, 1800s, when print was available, propaganda was one of the most important things for a lot of people, just to get their ideas across. So I mean, like I said, like getting back to a point, you like Brett Favre stuff. He can say, "Oh, I was told this," or "Someone gave me that," and I thought this was a legal venture and all of that, you know.
I'm not the one to handle that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blah, blah, blah.
So and like I said, and that's just the way, and that's how the story and narratives will ever be told. And you want people to, when you want slander, it doesn't take much. You take the small facts of what you're given, and you can slander a black man. You can take the good facts of a bad story, and you can praise a white man. And all this it's just
feel like you can make anyone look bad, bro.
Yeah, it's like avatars. You're word bending.
Who you choose to make look bad at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't want to be the target.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to.
Hey man, slander is a very powerful tool, and it all starts from spite, which is an even more powerful emotion. Because when someone is spiteful of you, it don't matter what you say. Don't matter if you bring the right facts. They'll still deflect it like it's like Like again, Captain America's shield. They'll deflect, all
Well,
that
the thing,
shit.
a lot of people have their own perception, right? So
Morality, it's their
a lot of what you do sometimes it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna affect them. It's not gonna matter to them at all.
Yeah.
So that's why you just gotta stay your course, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you gotta do.
And screen the people you chill with, because I mean, like if and then like I said, I know people who I argue with all constantly online, and I don't have different opinions. When I chill with that person, I have a drink with that person, we are cool as shit. You know, we can talk about many different things. It's agreed to. I can have an agreed.
I don't feel like the internet's reality though. That's
no, it's not. It's not.
People take it as reality,
but that's because they're just in their own little fucking small bubbles. Yeah. People are losing their ability to communicate actively.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when you have people that are falling into that, it's what can you say? What can you do with that? You can't influence it. You can't change those minds. You can't. And so.
Well, yeah, you can't change anything unless you gotta want to, bro. People gotta want to be able to take that step or that move towards that direction.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it hard though. I mean, I don't preach to anyone, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I let everyone live their life and move at their pace. You know, because I'm at a certain place, that doesn't mean you or the next person need to be at the same place that I am. You know what I mean? Everyone needs to be where they need to be at their time.
Right. Well, like I said, everyone's got it. Well, anyway, so
with that being said,
I think we've had a very, very good episode of Drunk Context. I'm actually quite drunk right now.
And thank you guys for checking us out.
Yep,
you guys.
Absolutely. Again, we encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got a lot of big stuff that's going to be coming in the future.
Check out our Instagram. We got a big episode coming next week. We'll let you guys know as soon as we can. We'll do some snippets, you know. We got a lot of big things coming up, man. We're very excited about it. And we hope you guys come on the journey with us for sure.
Yep. Hey, like I said, tell your friends, like, comment, share, subscribe. We love you all. And this has been another episode of Drunk Context. True. Cheers. Salute. I think that went really well.